Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the vlog. I know you guys are probably wondering, where the heck have I been? What is going on? So that's kind of what this video is about. So a couple things. Of course, you know, we'll get to the muscle truck in a minute. We're over here at the house right now, and I want to show you guys something that happened to the white S10. So this is pretty good reasons why you haven't seen it on the channel. So unfortunately, the white S10 has took a hit, as you can see there. So it got rear-ended, and I was actually just sitting still at a stop sign, and a guy in a Mustang slammed into the back of me. So it basically destroyed the tailgate and the roll pan, and it actually has managed to push the bed in as well. So it really sucks, and I may have to replace the bed. So far the shop thinks they can save it, but I am going to show you guys the extent of the damage here. Tailgate really struggles to open. So here's where I'm at. You can see the bed is pushed in a little bit. It's not like horrible, and I think they can save it, but there's a chance they may not be able to. So we'll just have to see how bad this thing really is. But that's an update on the S10. Everything else on it is still good. You know, 2.8. She's in great shape. Can't really say anything bad about this little truck. It's been a fantastic daily driver for the past little bit, and it's doing awesome. I really can't complain with it. The inside is minty fresh. Look at that. Bucket seats and all, console swap. I mean, it's just an awesome little truck. 130,000 original miles on it. So it really does suck that all this stuff happened to the S10. And there's no content on it because the guy that's going to paint this thing has been months behind, so I have not been filming with it. I've actually been daily driving it to get the miles off of the Colorado, because that is kind of my baby right here, is the ZR2 Colorado. Had to move the e-bike out of the way for this video, but man, I really love having an e-bike. That thing is so fun. It's just a blast to ride. But that's a little update on the S10. I want to take you guys to the real part of this video, and that's to cover the muscle truck. I know everybody's been asking about it, and I'm going to tell you why you haven't seen it. Alright guys, back at the shop. Show you guys what happened the other day. There's the old Camaro. You guys know I still got this. I actually just washed it last night. I've had some offers on it, so I have considered actually selling this car. So let's get back to the real reason for this video, and that is the muscle truck. You guys love this truck. I love this truck, and it has been fantastic. The Holly Sniper's been doing so good. Everything's actually been really awesome with this truck. Still have the Race Star set up. You guys know I ran that for a long time. Still got the slicks and everything, so it's that's been really cool. The exhaust turned out really nice. There's a good shot of the exhaust. Went back and redone it because I decided I was tired of dumped exhaust blowing soot over on that wheel, so decided to redo that. But okay guys, this is hard to talk about. You guys know, as you guys know, this truck had a 327 in it, and you're probably wondering what the heck's going on. Why is the balancer off of it? Okay, so basically, in a nutshell, I'm just gonna kind of sum this up for you, but we noticed the other day that I had a vibration, and it was coming from the tensioner. So I went and got a new tensioner, thinking, okay, you know, it's probably just the tensioner's bad. Here's the old part. So we thought it was just a tensioner, so we replaced the tensioner. I did notice that one was pulled away a little bit. So I put a new tensioner on it, and the belt still had some slop. It was still making a rattle. Well, the rattle was coming from this belt tensioner right here. You can see where this stops against it, so there's a stop there, and basically the belt acted like it was stretched, you know, and that was kind of odd. I was like, okay, why is the belt stretching? So I had a spare belt, put a spare belt on it. After I did that, still had the problem. So I said, okay, something is physically broken, something has moved, something has changed. So I started it back up, and we started watching all the pulleys, and noticed that the bottom pulley, the balancer pulley, was moving around a little bit like this. And I was like, oh my God, something's bad wrong. So we got down there, and the bolts were a little bit loose. We tightened those up, still didn't have You know, still didn't fix it, still had a lot of walk. Then I grabbed the balancer, and I said, okay, something has to be loose. And, can you guys hear that? That, my friends, is the sound of the snout of the crank that is broken in this Mighty Mouse 327. So she made it 30,000 miles and several hard pulls, a lot of Mexico action. This has been a great engine, but it's done. My expectation for this was actually to last for probably about another 2 or 3 years before I pulled it. The 327 had plenty of life left in it. It was by no means shot. Like, it still had good compression. Everything ran great. It was actually going to go to the dyno, like today. I was actually going to make a video for you guys, taking this thing to the dyno and doing some comparisons of, you know, Holly Sniper's learn versus like somebody actually tuning it. I want to see the difference in that. So I actually had a dyno scheduled for today. Everything was scheduled to happen today. And last night, I went to change that belt tensioner out so I could go today and found that. So that's where it's been, guys. That's why you haven't seen any muscle truck content, is just because, quite frankly, it broke. It broke bad. So now I'm actually going to look at rebuilding it. So you guys are going to get to come along for a whole new adventure with this truck. And for those of you wondering, it is going to stay a small block Chevy. It is going to stay small block. So there's a couple different options as far as what I can do in this truck. There's a few different things I've looked at, and one of them is actually a Blueprint crate engine. They sell a 383 that's a forged rotating assembly. It's around $4,600 with heads, and I think it's around 10-to-1 compression. It's a 450 horsepower engine, 480 foot-pounds of torque, so that would be, well, actually, it's a 430 horsepower, 436 horsepower, and 450 foot-pounds of torque. So the engine's pretty strong, and that would definitely overwhelm this transmission. So the next thing we've got to change out, not only if we upgrade the engine, we're going to have to change the transmission. So you guys may get to come along for that too, looking at a Tremec TKO 500, which is 600 foot-pounds of constant torque. That would be a rocket in this thing, because the rest of it is pretty much completely set up to handle that. It's got a very strong rear end with the larger 30, I think it's 31 spline axles. It's not the little 28 spline axles. This rear end and everything in it is in really good condition. It's got an Eaton posi. Yeah, and it's actually, I've got cow tracks on here too. If you guys haven't seen all my videos on this truck, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You do not want to miss out on phase 2 of the Muscle Truck 2.0. But yeah, the cow tracks that we put on here have been fantastic. It's definitely eliminated the wheel hop, and I get really good traction now. Obviously, these street tires, it kind of spins them a little bit, but when I've got my other setup on, this thing hooks, so it does really good. But I would let the truck down and show you guys the rest of the engine, but you guys are just going to have to go back to my old videos and enjoy those for now, because it's going to come out. So I'm probably going to order a crate engine, but we'll see. I may surprise you guys and rebuild the Mighty Mouse. If I do rebuild the engine in this truck, it is going to come back with the same compression, but we're going to do a full roller cam setup and probably upgrade the heads too. I'll put the AFRs on it, or Brodix, something really good. We'll probably shoot for a little more power. We might try to make about 415 to 420 out of this. 2-bolt mains, that's probably about as far as I'm willing to stretch it. Yeah, there's a lot of other cool stuff floating around in the shop. I'll do some more videos on this later on, but this is just kind of a garage update and a build update. Camaro's still doing really well. Everything with it is in good shape. You know, this is pretty much a worry-free new car. You know, it's got 38,000 miles on it. We did the Recaro seat swap. As you guys know, we also did the Recaros in here, so you're going to have to go check out that video too. They basically are a plug-and-play seat for the Camaro, and they are sweet. Man, I have loved having those in there. And just real quick, some of you guys probably didn't know this. I'm going to get the ladder out and go up here and show you guys. This is pretty cool. I want to show you guys this real quick. I'm climbing the ladder to the 4-post. It's kind of funny. But if you're wondering, hey man, what happened to the stock seats in the Camaro? Well, I'm glad you asked. They are now in the Silverado. And I was actually in the middle of making some videos on this too. As you can see, I made a little adapter bracket there, and that's what's holding these seats in. It's basically just 2x2 tubing, and I copied the pattern from the seat. So these seats actually kind of lock in and they have a bolt in the back. I'll go over all the details on this stuff later, but right now I just wanted to kind of explain myself to you guys, where this truck's been, why we aren't doing anything else with it. Yeah, I've definitely been neglecting to make some videos for you guys, but once this engine started giving me trouble and, you know, the balancer basically broke off of it and the crank's done, it kind of put a damper on everything and really made me take a break from it for a little bit. Alright guys, so there's just a real quick update on the truck, the car, and the little S10. Sorry I've kind of been absent from YouTube. I've just been taking a little break. You know, since this happened, like I said, this is really hard to make this video. I really didn't want to tell you guys I wanted to just start building an engine, but I thought I'd let you guys know why it's coming out. If you see videos coming out of this thing with a new engine, just know that the old crank basically finally turned loose. There's one other thing I wanted to tell you guys. You know, I don't usually tell you guys a lot about my personal life, but I want to be a dad here very soon in December 21st. So that's exciting. I'm going to have a little girl coming. So that's another reason why some of these builds have kind of slowed down a little bit. You know, I've got some other priorities that's coming in my life and some things have changed. So, you know, with that happening, it's just going to be a change. It's okay. We're going to keep rolling. But as you guys know, kids take priority, of course. So the videos will be the same as they always are, but it's not going to be wham, 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 one after the other. You know, priorities change and life changes. So just kind of a little life update for you guys. But yeah, I'll have a little girl coming soon. Wife's doing very good. She's healthy and the baby's healthy. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. So, guys, I'm going to leave it off with that one. I hate to leave you guys with some bad news on the muscle truck, but it's good news because you guys are going to have a ton of videos on this thing. And if you're thinking about swapping your truck or going to fuel injection or going from V6 to V8, you're going to get to see everything we did because we're going to have to undo all of it to get this old thing out. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Thank you guys for subscribing and supporting the channel these past few years. It has been such a fun ride. So guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks again for watching, and go ahead, give this video a like and drop a comment below. Give me some ideas for the next engine and the next build on this thing. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say and some recommendations as far as engines and setups and all that good stuff. So guys, with that one, I'm going to cap it off here. And I will see you all in the next